Okay, so today we are going to continue with our fractions. Okay, we are going to be on pages, sorry I didn't write them down, 237 to 238. Okay, on the second page, there are some word problems. So Miss S will help you guys do the second page. We will do that together. Okay. There's also a question about your families. It asks you to draw your families and then write out what fraction you are in your family. How much of your family do you represent? So I know some of you come from big families, so we might be over fourths. We've only got up to fourths so far. Okay? Yeah, you have 6 kids in your family and 2 adults, so you have 8 people. So your fraction would be in eighths. Isabel, how many people are in your family? 6. So yours would be in sixths. Matthew, how many people do you have in your family?
I have 4 children.
Okay, 4 children.
And I'm one of the grown-ups. And then
So we're not being silly.
another person. So I think that's 6.
6? So the 6? Yeah. So Miss S is going to help you guys with that too. Okay?
No.
But for now, let's review our fractions. So let's look at these shoes. Okay? How many pairs of shoes are there? How many pairs of shoes? Megan?
2.
2 pairs of shoes.
So I have
5 people, so yours would be fifths. Okay? How many shoes are there altogether? Jordan F?
4.
4 shoes altogether. How would we divide our shoes into 2 equal parts, into halves? So we're looking at 4 shoes, okay? But we're not thinking in fourths. We're going to be thinking in halves. So how do we divide the shoes up into 2 equal parts? Tirza.
Like
How many shoes would be in each part?
how many shoes?
Yeah.
2.
2 in each.
Can I do it?
Yeah, sure. You can come on up and do it. You can circle 2 groups of 2. So a pair of shoes would be in each group. That's perfect. And how would you write out 1/2? Yep. How would you write 1/2? So each pair of shoes represents 1/2. What would be your bottom number? How many groups are there altogether?
2.
Yep. Beautiful. How could we write it if we were looking at the shoes individually? So if we weren't thinking in halves, if we were thinking in fourths. Willow.
Why are we going to go down?
Oh, you can go down. Sorry. So if I were to erase this, how would we, well first maybe I should ask you, how can we divide this up into fourths? How many shoes would be in each group or in each part? In fourths. Willow. If I were to divide this up into fourths, so now we're not thinking in halves, we're thinking in fourths. How many shoes would be in each part?
2.
2? That's right, that would be halves. So now we're looking at it as 4 individual shoes. Does that make sense? Okay, we're not thinking about pairs of shoes. We're not thinking in halves. Now we're thinking in fourths. So if I were to equally divide it up into 4 groups, how many shoes would be in each group?
1.
Yeah, for sure. So I would do this. And Willow, do you remember how to write in fourths? Yeah, what number would go on the bottom when we're talking about fourths? Miss, what number would go on top?
3.
3. Yeah, beautiful. All right. Let's take a look at this pizza. So I don't have it fully split up. Just one part of the pizza is gone. Could you look at that pizza and tell me how much of the pizza was eaten? Jordan, that? Could you tell me how much was eaten? Or you want to come up and write it in a fraction? Nice, 1/4. Beautiful. Do you want to draw the other slices so we can see how it's in fourths? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantabulous. Good job. What about this pizza? Weston, how much do you think has been eaten of this pizza?
1, and can I go to the bathroom?
Sure. Do you want to come up and write it down in a fraction first, though? Do you think you could wait till the lesson's over? Yeah. So 1 piece was eaten out of how many pieces altogether? How would we read that? How would we say it?
1.
Would we say 1, 2?
1/2. 1/2.
1/2. Fantabulous. You may go to the washroom. Thank you. All right. Now let's take a look at this tree. It's an apple tree. There are 4 apples on the tree. 3 apples get snatched up by a bird. 3 apples are gone. How many apples are left? How would I write that in a fraction? How many apples are left? Dawson. You may. You guys love to come out, eh?
I like walking.
That's how many apples are left. Yep.
I don't like sitting.
1, 4. Good job, thank you. Now what if I were to change my question? The fraction will be different. How many apples were snatched up by the bird? How many apples are taken? How do we show that in a fraction, June?
I'm just going to ask if I could please go to the bathroom.
Can you wait until Weston gets back? Okay. Well, I just don't want people all getting up at once. Just one person at a time. What would the fraction be, Matthew, for the apples that got snatched up by the bird? Come on up.
What's that? 4.
Yeah, good job. Oh. How many altogether? 4. Yeah. So the number, the whole thing, the number for the whole thing goes on the bottom. So if there were 4 apples altogether. Yep. And the 3 apples got snatched. Yep. So 3/4. Fantabulous. Now let's switch gears a little bit here. We have 3 goldfish. So now what are we talking in? Are we talking in fourths now?
Thirds.
Let's try it out. Abe, what are we talking in?
Thirds.
Thirds.
Can I do the first?
Yes, you can. So Abe, there are 3 goldfish just chilling in the goldfish tank.
How much eat?
2 decide to flop out. How many goldfish are left in the tank? Show me in fractions. Or in a fraction.
1.
1/3. Fantabulous. Thank you. Okay. Now I need somebody to come up and write in a fraction how many goldfish flopped out of the tank. Willow, come on up.
She already did.
Oh, Willow did already come up. Oh, sorry, Willow.
Yeah, you did the shoes. No, I didn't.
Oh, no, she just answered it. Come on up. I think Miss Nessa got it. So what is the fraction for the fish that flopped out of the tank?
Here's the fish.
Or jumped out, maybe. multiple times already, my friend. Or at least one. I think you went just right before now. 2 out of 3. Yes. So how would you read that, Willow?
Yes.
2/3. So 2/3 of the goldfish jumped out of the tank. Now let's look at our little sunflower seeds, a little sunflower pot. Okay? So how many pots altogether? Here's that?
4.
4. How many have sprouted? Jordan B?
Oh, can I go to the bathroom? Many more.
There's too much bathroom talk right now. We got to hold it a little bit better. June's in the washroom right now. Jordan B, how many have sprouted?
4. 3.
Have 4 sprouted?
Each good.
Can you see from back there? No? Okay. Dawson, how many have sprouted?
Yeah. 2.
2 twos? 2. Okay, you want to come up and show us in a fraction?
I wrote one up there.
You wrote one up there? Evan, come on up. Have you already written one? Oh, I really need to go to the bathroom right now. Isabel, why don't you come on up and do it? I'm going to try to space it out a little bit. Sebastian, I'll let you come up next time. How would you show that?
Yeah.
You could? Yep.
Yeah.
So 2 to the 4 is the same as... We'll write it in a fraction. Two, 4. Yep, so how would you read that? 2/4. So 2 out of the 4 have sprouted. Now when Isabel was up here, she also said 1/2. So if I were to write this also as 1/2 of the sunflowers have sprouted, would that also be correct, grade 1s? Why? Can someone explain to me why that would actually be correct? Rebecca?
Yeah.
Yep. So that would be 2 equal groups. And these ones are sprouted. Yeah, so it would be the same. So 2/4 is the same as 1/2. Does that make sense? That might be a little advanced, but I love that you said 1/2 as well, Isabel. That was very good. All right, our cherries. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cherries. 8 cherries in total. But how many equal groups are there? Sebastian, did you have your hand up before? Do you want to come on up and try? Okay, so Sebastian, first tell me, how many equal groups are there of cherries? 4. Okay, so Miss S decides to eat 4 cherries. How many cherries are left? 2/4. Beautiful. And then Miss S gets even more hungry and eats 2 more cherries. So show me the leftover fraction, or leftover cherries in a fraction. Okay, beautiful, thank you. Can someone else come on up? And Rebecca, come on up and show us in a fraction how many cherries Miss S ate. Not the leftover ones, the ones that I ate in 4ths. Yes, perfect. So Miss S ate 3/4 of the cherries. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, so grade 1s. I think, are we all feeling pretty good about fractions? You feeling pretty okay about it? Yeah. Evan, do you have a question?
Can I go to the bathroom?
Jordan B's in the bathroom right now.
That's my question. And after
Yeah, I think that's a lot of your questions. So I will start letting you go to the bathroom now that the lesson is over. But I need to explain this to you guys first. Megan, do you have a question?
I don't feel it.
You don't feel very good about it? Okay, so maybe one of us will work with you then, because we have some extra help. Miss R is in the classroom today too, okay? You don't feel good about it? Okay, no worries. I can offer you guys some extra help. Levi?
You said I put the back and I couldn't go to.
I think I'm losing track because so many people are asking me to go to the bathroom, but Levi, I know that you already went at one point today. Yes.
Remember you did the bathroom things for boys?
Yep, we are, Mrs. Voth is recording it. Yeah, we are keeping track of what time the boys go to the bathroom right now. Okay, so grade ones, take a look at page 237. Lesson, following along. Everyone should be following along. Scarlett, do you have a question? What's that?
One of us.
Yeah, we'll work with you. Yeah. Sure. Okay. So, but in the meantime, I want you guys to follow along. I'm going to give you the instructions. So the first part, you have some squares. They say, write the fraction for, tiles. Write the fraction for the black tile in each picture. So every group, there's a different amount of tiles. Okay, so for number one, how many tiles are there, grade one? Here's that?
There's two tiles in the first one.
Yep.
4 tiles on the next one and 3 tiles on the third one.
Okay, so we're going to be working in halves, fourths, and thirds. So now we've learned about halves, thirds, and fourths. So now you're going to apply all of that learning here, okay? So it's all going to be different. Okay, so for number one, there are 2 tiles. So what's our bottom number going to be in our fraction? If there are 2 tiles altogether, what will the bottom number be, Sebastian?
1.
The bottom number. The bottom number is always the whole thing. 2. And what would our top number be to represent the black tile? 1. So there's 1 black tile. Okay, so it will be 1 half. Yes. Okay, now jump down to the pizzas. Write the fraction of each pizza that has been eaten. So we already did a couple examples of those on the board. Okay? And jump down to the pictures of the animals. Draw a circle around the animals in each set to match the fraction. So now it's switching it up on you. So you're not writing the fraction. You are given the fraction. And now you have to show it by circling the amount of the amount of animals to match the fraction. Does that make sense?
No.
So let's look at the number 7 for the seals. Okay? So our fraction, can someone read the fraction to me? The numbers, Jordan asked? 2/3. Now how many seals are there in the picture? How many seals are there? 3. So we're talking in thirds. So to represent 2/3, how many seals would you circle to match the fraction, Matthew? I just want you to answer this question right now. Evan.
Can I go to the bathroom now?
Yes, you may. So how many seals would I circle to match the fraction to show 2/3? There are 3 seals in the picture. Isabel?
3.
You forget? That's okay. So, June, take a look at the picture of the seals. So how many seals are there altogether? 3. How many seals would I circle to show 2/3? 2. Thank you, June. So you would circle 2 seals to represent the fraction of 2/3. Does that make sense?
Yes, Mrs.
Are we positive?
Y-E-S.
Yeah?
No.
Not quite?
Y-E-S.
Okay, so it's giving you the fraction, so it shows you, and then you have to circle the amount to match the fraction. So let's go to number 8. Okay? This one's a little bit tricky. We have to split this up into equal parts. So how many, well, those are seals again. So for number 8, how many seals are there?
No.
Here's that?
6.
There's 6 seals. What's the fraction that the textbook gives you?
1/5.
1/3. So that means we have to split the seals up into 3 equal parts. So if we were to do that, how many seals would be in each part? Abe?
3.
3 in each?
Yeah.
Here, let's do this one together on the board.
Because there's 6.
So remember, just like the cherries,
It's like you're
just like the shoes. So I'm just going to do X's to represent the seals. So there are 6 seals.
And then
But the fraction is giving us 1/3. So we need to do it in thirds. So we need to split it up into 3 equal parts. Abe, if I were to split it up into 3 seals in each part, is that 3 parts?
no.
No. How many parts is that?
2.
So how can I split it up into 3 equal parts? How many seals would be in each part? Rebecca?
2.
2. Yes. So 1, 2, 3. So now we can look at it in thirds. So I want you guys to kind of divide up. I love what you did there, Tirza. So I want you to kind of put a line.
Like this?
Line. Yeah. So kind of divide up your seals into 3 equal parts.
What do we do here?
You have to write the fraction to match the tile. Okay? And then maybe just, like I want you to circle 1/3. So how many seals would you be circling to show 1/3? If there are 2 seals in each part. Yes, Matthew?
1.
31 seal? So here are my seals. Here are my 3 equal parts. You can circle your groups of 2 if you want, if it's easier, and then maybe in a different color. You can circle a part to show 1/3. What's that, Matthew?
Yes.
Yes, you may. So how many seals would I be circling to show 1/3? 1/3. I know this one's tricky because it's 6. Dawson?
1/3.
How many seals would I be circling? Would I be circling just one little guy here?
2. 3.
What's it going to be? What's the answer? Jordan up?
Can I go to Washington? Evan's back.
Yes, you may. Too many at a time, my friends. I don't know. Miss S is losing track. Okay, so after Jordan F, then Levi.
We only have 10 more minutes.
Okay. Yeah, we can wait at this point for snack then. Okay, Dawson, how many would we be circling to show 1/3? Yeah. So we have 6 seals altogether. We split them up into 3 equal parts. There are 2 seals in each part. I know. These ones are tricky. They stump you. Rebecca. 2. Yes, thank you. So we would be circling 2 seals to show 1/3. Does that make sense?
Of course it does.
I know it's kind of tough.
It's not.
Well, for some people it
I
is.
did that whole
Okay, so you're going to do that for number 4 as well. Number 4 is a lot easier. Okay. All right, now flip to page 138. You have 4 grapes. Miss S will read this to you, okay? How many grapes are in the bunch? So everybody count your grapes and write the answer in this little line here. How many grapes are in the bunch? Dawson?
It's not 138, 238. You said 138.
Oh, sorry, 238. Page 238. How many grapes are in the bunch, grade 1s?
4.
4. So everyone needs to write a 4 in this little blank here.
In the bottom one?
June, you need to be following along. How many grapes are in the bunch?
4.
4. So I need you to write that there. 4. Next part of the question says, if Amari pulls off 2 grapes, what fraction of the grapes are left in the bunch? So how many are left over?
2.
2, okay. So 2 out of how many grapes?
2 4.
2/4. Fantabulous. So there are 2/4 left of the grapes. So everyone should write that in the little fraction square. Just wait until we're done. No more washroom stuff, guys. We need to get through this. Okay, last one. Go ahead. Okay, number 11. How many carrots are in the ground? How many carrots, grade 1? Matthew.
I think
Just 4. Answer normally. Thank you. 4 carrots. So in that little blank, you are going to write 4 carrots in the ground. It gives you the little blank. Everyone should have 4 written in the blank. We're doing this together. We're on the carrot one. Yes, Matthew.
do you want to go away here?
Yeah. Yeah, you're good. So all together, there are 4 carrots in the ground. Jill takes 3/4 of them. So now you have to kind of switch your brain around. So it says Jill takes 3/4 of them. Circle the number of carrots she takes. So how many carrots would you circle to represent 3/4? Yes, Bronwyn. 3. So you would be circling 3 carrots to represent the 3/4 that Jill takes out of the ground. So everyone should be circling 3 carrots right now. Oh, we'll get there. Everyone should be circling 3 carrots. Are we all following along? I said that we're doing this together. This page here. So how many carrots are in the ground? 4. Yep, so you're going to write that in that little blank. Jill takes 3/4 of the carrots out of the ground. So circle the amount of carrots to show how many she took. If she took 3/4, how many carrots did she take? Fantabulous. 3 carrots. I'll help you with that after because we can't keep going backwards. So number 12 says draw the people in your family. You're going to draw all your family members.
Can I write the names on top of them?
Sure, you want to. It says draw yourself as well, so make sure you don't leave yourself out. What fraction of your family are you? So in Miss S's family, I have a brother and a sister, and then there's me. So there's 3 kids, and then we have a mom and a dad. So there are 5 people in Miss S's family. How many people am I? Here's up. I'm 1 person. So Miss S makes up 1/5 of her family. Let's do someone else's family. Dawson, how many people are in your family?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6? All right. So altogether, Dawson has 6 people in his family. Dawson, how many people are you?
1.
1. So you make up 1/6 of your family. Does anybody else want to do their family? Rebecca? 4 people in your family. So what fraction are you, Rebecca? 1. You are 1/4 of your family. Evan, how many in your family?
5.
5? So you are 1/5, just like me. Isabel? 6. So you are 1/6 of your family. What's that? Yeah, like you. Willow? Okay, so you are 1/6. Does anybody have a bigger number than 6?
Oh, yes, I have a
Okay. Bronwyn?
8.
8 people in your family. That's the same as Abe.
Yeah.
So you and Abe both make up how many? 1/8 of your family. So now our fractions are getting a bit bigger. All right, how many people are in your family? 9 including you.
And my grandma and grandpa.
So 9. So you make up 1/9.
Does grandma and grandpa count?
We're just going to count your immediate family. So 7? mom, your dad, and your siblings.
Like, me, yeah, me, my sister, and
So there's 4. So you are 1/4 of your family. How many siblings do you have? So there's you, there's